The release date trailer for Bleach Rebirth of Souls is scaring me just a little bit because they're giving me more questions than answers, and I don't want to try to predict off of something that seems like it is just so obvious for them to do and then take away the potential that they clearly had and then throw it in the trash for me and you. So let's talk about it. What's good, it's your boy Crossup, aka your best average gamer, and if you guys are watching the channel right now, make sure to like and subscribe and hit the post notifications so you guys can be notified on all of my next videos. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this. First things first, this game looks absolutely beautiful the way that it started off, but I do have one problem in the beginning, and that is, where the fuck is Yorichiro? Because I don't see her anywhere within this trailer, and the fact that she wasn't on Kenny's arm when everyone split it up and they finally got into the Soul Society and she was nowhere to be seen is crazy. Now, I don't believe that she's going to be an actual playable character, but to dismiss her from the entire game, I couldn't have that, because she literally has one of my favorite moments within the show when one of the messengers came up. It was just like, we have a problem going on at the Capitol, and she was like, nah dog, get the fuck out of my face, I'm watching Kenny fight. Like, come on, that was one of the best moments. Let's not skip out on some of these things that are going to make the story even better than what it is. And now we kind of come down to the second problem I have with the trailer, and that's that they didn't release the rest of the captains. This would have been the perfect moment to do it. They could have brought out Sajin, they could have brought out Joshiro and Shunsui, but they decided to hold them back. But that's not too much of a problem, I guess, because they can release them later. But this would have been the trailer to do it, because we could have seen Sajin and Tozen against Kenpachi, then we could have seen Joshiro and Shunsui going against Yamamoto, and then even Shunsui against Chad. Like, this was the trailer to do it. I feel like they kind of flopped on this one, but you know, what can we do? Hopefully we get to see their trailers come out later. Not sure how they're gonna really do Sajin's Makai, but I do have an idea, which I'll get to in another video. Which, by the way, side note guys, because the song that they added into this game is absolutely fire. Would you die for love? Would you die for love?
The execution is tomorrow. It came as a shock to me, of course. But strangely, I wasn't sad.
I don't know what they were trying to do with it, but in the beginning I thought I was gonna cry, and then they decided to add a little beat switch up, which then changed the entire song and made it even better. Not sure if they got mustard in the studios right now, but they're doing their shit. So before I start talking about how great the story mode looks, let's go ahead and take a look at Jidambo real quick, because he gives me questions that I don't think I can really answer until they fully reveal more about the game. Because what it seems like they're trying to do is add in characters that we're not able to play, but we can go against only within the story mode. But my question is this something really to look forward to, or is this just bringing up my hypes to the point where I might not get enough of it? And what I mean by that is, are we going to get a whole bunch of hollow fights? Are we going to see a bunch of Menos Grandes? Maybe a random just Orang cars flying around? Are we gonna get that potential of fighting multiple things that are not playable but will be within the story mode? Is this a minimum thing? Is this going to be extravagant? Who knows? I'm praying that we're gonna get more than just someone like Jidambo, but this does bring up some questions, and let's go ahead and dive a little bit further into it. So guys, I want you to stay tuned with me here for just a second, because we've already seen someone like the Grand Fisher pop up within a previous trailer, which I think we can all agree that he's not going to be a playable character within the base game, which means he's strictly going to be for the story mode, just like Jidambo. But here's the thing, I went back to go look at some of the other character trailers, and I've noticed something kind of crazy. In the Ushida trailer, there is a stage that he is in that is specifically only meant for him and Ryoken, which means we're going to probably get multiple characters that we don't get to play within PvP or local play. It is only just for the story mode, which is going to be cool, because we might get characters like Circe, Dordani, and Gatabani. If you guys know who I'm talking about right now, go into the comment section and hashtag RealBleachFan, because that is our Prevron Espada. Now, I know this is a kind of a crazy prediction, but if they really want to get into the Wikamundo story, adding these characters would be really, really great. And not only that, they might even make them DLC, kind of like how they did with Demon Slayer Hinokami Chronicles, where they made the demons in the game not playable until later free DLC. The only difference is Tamsoft is going to to be adding a price tag to it. One major thing that I really want them to not skip it on this game is Ichigo going against a whole bunch of hollows before he even touched the Soul Society, because we got to remember the whole gimmick of the show when it started was Ichigo was going around trying to save as many souls as he possibly can, sending them up to heaven, aka the Soul Society, as he's killing off as many hollows. And here's the thing, we also have Menos Grande, and I have a feeling they are going to be making it into the game and we're going to be able to fight them, because eventually we are going to get Sajin and we are going to get these ginormous characters, because Sajin's Bankai Tengen Miyu is going to be taking up the entire screen, and that's pretty much the size of a Menos Grande. So, and we already seen Achijoti Gitsu in the background, so I see them doing something to kind of making it to where we can go against these Menos Grande with Ichigo or just any other Soul Reaper that has to go against them. So guys, just remember that these are just my opinions. Let's try not to hop on my ass telling me that I'm wrong, because like I said, these are just my guesses. I'm not 100% sure if this is true. I'm just going based off of a couple of things and ideas that I've seen that are coming into fruition. It's not like I'm expecting all of Hollybell's Oran cards to be making it into the game, let alone Grimjow's, so you know what I mean? Just keeping my options open. Now, I'm not gonna lie, the story mode is feeling so legit when it's just coming down to the actors coming back and giving off their emotion. I'm really feeling it with this story mode right now, and it doesn't seem like it's going to be something that's quick. We're actually gonna get real cutscenes and flashbacks. Like, this is the story mode that I can really get into, just like how Storm 3 got me connected into it, even Storm 2. Like, the Storm games were just so perfect when it came to story mode, and I'm praying that Rebirth of Souls is doing the same exact thing. I'm not asking them to create their own stuff. If they do that, that's cool, but as long as they get the story mode right, I couldn't be any more happier. Now, of course, there are some stuff within the trailer that are obvious of what's happening, like right here when Ichigo is in reverse Karakura Town going against, guess what, White Ichigo. So I'm pretty sure he's going to be revealed eventually, guys, so let's try not to worry too much about that. I'm sure they're just trying to save him for a later date. And then on top of that, I don't understand why we're seeing Ishida going against Mayuri in daytime right here, but then it's nighttime, because it is supposed to be nighttime when they do fight each other. I'm not 100% sure what's going on right here in the story mode. Maybe it's just because it's the fight scene inside of it and they haven't added it to dawn or anything when they showed the trailer. I'm not sure, so that's just something we're gonna have to find out when we actually play the game. One last thing before I leave, guys, which you might have already caught already, but I'm still gonna bring it to your attention, and that's the fact that we have another released character. That's right, if you guys go to the end of the trailer, right here where this beautiful cover is for the game, right next to Grimjow, we have Kaname Tozen in his ex-captain form when he's working with Gin and Aizen, taking over all of Wikamundo. Now, I need to talk to a specific Makai, which, come closer, because I saw you watched my video live yesterday, and there's something that I gotta say to you, because I know that Aizen's transformation with the Hoyogoku is not a holification form. I know that. I'm still gonna call it that no matter what, but I know it's called a chrysalis form. But the reason why I stick to just calling it a holification form is because Kaname Tozen, with this ugly ass fly version of himself, is pretty much the same thing, because his form also came from the Hoyogoku, and unlike Aizen, his is a holification form, which he attained from the Hoyogoku. So I'm just gonna call it the same thing, because, you know, Aizen literally looks like a fucking hollow. It's stated to have a holification look to it, so we just gonna call it what it is. I know, it's not. I'm probably leading some people into the wrong place, but it ain't hurting nobody. I don't think so anyway. Maybe my soul, maybe your soul, but this is why we gotta have a podcast one day, just so we can talk about stupid shit like this. So it's your boy Cross Up. If I crossed you up once, I can do it again. Peace.